the fight for Western civilization continues as mass immigration makes people feel as though their culture and their way of life is being erased. This is being felt acutely in the UK. And as a result, over the weekend, we saw hundreds of thousands, potentially even millions. There's actually a lot of debate around how many people really came. The media is trying to say it was just tens of thousands. But if you look at the aerial footage, organisers claim it was into the millions. So many people took to the streets of the UK to protest against mass immigration and for Tommy Robinson. And what was so funny is Keir Starmer, their Prime Minister, goes, "We will not surrender our flag to violence. Britain is a nation proudly built on tolerance, diversity and respect. Our flag represents our diverse country and we will never surrender it to those that use it as a symbol of violence, fear and division." I mean, two glaring errors in that statement. Britain was not built on diversity. Britain was built on Britons defending their island against all sorts of invaders. It was not built on diversity. It was built on a unified nation fighting for their existence over 1,000 years. And secondly, that march was not about violence, fear, or division. It was just people saying, we like our country, we like our culture, and we're going to stand up and defend it. That's not controversial. And if he keeps trying to write these people off as racist or xenophobic, the movement's only going to grow.
And this is the thing, I don't know whether they just don't realise it or they're just incredibly dumb when it comes to this. Like we said about the Isabel Higgins woman on the ABC saying that Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price is racist and has said racist things. It only galvanises people. So you have at least 100,000 there. I mean, you know, the police said it's 150 and the media says there were 2 men and a dog there and they're all far right. But there were 25 arrests. So in the whole thing, 25 arrests. And Sir Keir Starmer then takes that and says, oh, the flag is being hijacked for violence and thuggery and all this sort of stuff. I'm sorry, the surrender of the UK happened a long time ago, buddy, and it had nothing to do with that protest. It's when you start letting people come over from France across the channel in large numbers and did very little about it and put them up in hotels and got to the point that many people have to come out and march to say, for God's sake, can we do something about the face of our country, please? Is it any wonder that the reports now out of the papers in the UK that Sir Keir Starmer is on borrowed time and he's being told by people within the Labor Party and his own cabinet that he is, as you can see in that headline there, in the last chance saloon. I mean, this guy has been Prime Minister for just over a year and won in a landslide, and so quickly the fortunes have turned around.
Well, it's amazing. If you look at the setup of the House of Commons, I think he's got more than 400 seats, which hasn't been seen for decades, and yet there's every report you read indicates that it's going to be a matter of time until he's challenged. Now, his own side has voted against him on a major welfare policy over there and also regarding the deputy leader, as I understand as well. So, look, he's had a shocker. And, look, I think these scenes, and we saw very similar protests in Australia a few weeks ago. In any protest, you can call out the bad eggs and make them the story. And we know that when neo-Nazis turn up, it's never a good idea. But what we don't see in the media is actually talking to people at the protests and say, hey, why did you come here today? What's your reason? Oh, your rent's gone up. OK, what are you paying for this? Yeah, you can't get a job? OK, and they're the kind of stories that we don't hear about because it's all about just those bad eggs that are ruining the entire thing. So scenes like that need to be acknowledged and understood that there is a big problem in that country.